Hi guys, this is Ruchi from Easy Peasy Gardening, and today we are going to talk about betel plants. So betel plant is a tropical plant which grows as a vine, and as per Ayurveda it is really beneficial for humans. So in Southeast Asia it is a common practice to chew on betel leaves after every meal. So here you can see I have four different planters, and I grew all these four plants from a mother plant in just 2 months. So if the growing conditions are right, it's really easy to propagate a betel plant. Since it's a tropical plant, it doesn't like too much cold, it doesn't like too much sun, it likes warm and humid conditions. So I kept it inside, and it is growing very nicely. So I'll share with you how I propagated these plants and how I take care of it. There are many different varieties of betel plants, but they are all vines and they are all beneficial. Some have bigger leaves, some have smaller leaves, some have light colored leaves, some have dark colored leaves, but they are all heart shaped leaves and they have these long running veins in the middle. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to propagate betel plant from root division. So I have had this betel leaf plant for 1 year now, and as the winters approached, I moved it inside, and because it can be grown as a house plant, it likes shade and temperate climate. And I noticed there is a new plant coming from the bottom, and I was looking at the plant here and I saw two more plants growing here. So basically right now there are four plants in this small planter. So, and this one has become so tall, I have a feeling that it may break. So I'm going to separate them out and plant them in new planters. What I'll do is that I'll cut through this planter so that the plants are not disturbed, or they are least disturbed. So you can see this big plant coming from here, this one small plant here, this one, and this another one here, and this was our mother plant. So I'm going to just cut it here. So this is one plant that we have. So in this planter I have general purpose potting soil mix. Just dig up a hole and plant it here. So betel plants like moist soil, but they don't want wet soil. So you want a planter in which there is good drainage and the soil is kind of well draining. Then we have this small one. Again, I'll just cut it here, the bottom where it is bending. So we have one more plant here. It seems like a growth time for it, although it is still winters. Normally, they grow in spring, but this has grown really tall in last 2 to 3 weeks. Now here, I can maybe cut it here. So this is a tall one. As I said before, this is a vining plant, so you need to give it some support. So I'm going to put a stick in this so that it is supported. Now that I am looking at these carefully, these are actually not roots, these are stems. They were inside the soil, that's why they are appearing white. So they have roots, and then these stems are really tender, and that's why they are white. So I'm just going to plant them. In any case, if they develop into plants, that's good. If they don't, that's fine too. So now we have 4 different plants. Now I'm going to put all 4 of them inside, because that's where the whole plant was, combined 4 plants. And it doesn't get any direct sunlight, but it gets a lot of indirect sunlight. And as they start to show some progress, I'll keep you posted. So it's been about 5 weeks that we separated our beetle plants, and you can see that all of them are doing great. These were the 2 small ones, they are looking good. This was the tall one. So, the bottom leaves kind of dried, but, the top portion, I can see new leaves. So it's doing fine. And then we had one which only had roots. So even from that piece of root, we got, 2 plants growing. So I'm very happy that I didn't throw it away. So you can see that we separated 3 pups from the mother plant. They are all doing fine. And I also planted just a root with a little stem, and that also grew into a plant, or actually 2 plants. So you can see that this is a vigorously growing plant if the conditions are right. And the conditions are that they should not be in direct sun, or they should not be in too much cold or too much heat. So I kept them inside where the temperatures are moderate. I keep misting it. I keep the soil moist. It gets about 2 hours of direct sunlight in the morning, but then in the daytime, because it's near a window, it gets indirect sunlight the whole day, and they are thriving in there. And I can see that the tall plant is just too tall. It may flop. So I'm going to, and the leaves are too far apart. So I'm going to trim it and make a cutting from it, and I'll show you how to propagate it from the cutting. And also the mother plant doesn't seem to be doing very well. The leaves are really tiny. So I'm going to trim that too. But I'll show you that in a separate video. So I hope this video was useful to you. If you have any questions, leave a comment and I'll try to answer as soon as possible. If you like this video, press the like button, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to share it with your friends and family. And I'll see you next time. Happy gardening. Bye.